I know, that's crazy. All right, Monday night game, Falcons at the Packers. This line opened up Packers -6. It's up to 7.5. Tons of public money coming in on Green Bay, as you might expect. So who do you like in this game?
I don't know, actually. I wrote something that I don't think I even agree with. I wrote the Packers, but I think I want to be on the Falcons because we're moving through two key numbers, first of all. And second of all, I just think Matt Ryan has the chance for a backdoor cover. I know the Packers have been great this year. I've been all over them the first 3 games, and they've proven me right. They're one of two teams that are 3-0 against the spread, the other being the Seahawks. So as much as I want to go back to the Packers, because I've picked those 2 teams every time and it's worked out well, I just have some concerns about their ability to cover because they were unable to contain the Saints offense on Sunday night, except for that Taysom Hill fumble for the most part. And I feel like the Falcons offense is pretty good, provided that Julio Jones comes back from injury. Now that's probably the number one reason I had Packers written down here at first, is because if Julio Jones and Russell Gage are out, then you're talking about stacked receiver injuries at a position of strength for the Falcons. And I feel like, at least with Jair Alexander and focusing on Calvin Ridley, then the Packers would have a chance of slowing down the rest of the Falcons offense. But I think Jones might come back this week. And if he does, I just think that the Falcons should have a chance to cover there. So I'm not making a unit count on this till I see the injury report, and I could have a pick switch here. But if Julio Jones plays, I'm going to be on the Falcons at +7.5. If both he and Russell Gage are out, I'm probably going to end up going with the Packers, just because I think taking away one of the biggest strengths of the Falcons is definitely going to hurt them, because you don't want to see Olamide Zaccheaus have to play too much. Sorry to my Virginia Wahoos fans. I know there are some of you out here who might be watching that. That's for you, Ken.
Nice. I completely agree with what you said. The injury report is huge in this game. And I mentioned the teams struggling with the number one receivers out. I don't think I mentioned the Falcons without Julio Jones last week. It's another one. It's really amazing how these teams just completely changed without these number one receivers. And I know how well Calvin Ridley has played, but I mean, Julio Jones is still Julio Jones, and like he's still the number one guy there. Like his presence is so important. So if he can play and he has an extra day to get healthier, which is important. If he's on the field, that changes a lot for the Falcons. And I think that they can get that backdoor cover that you were talking about. Matt Ryan as an underdog of this many points, or any very good to great quarterback getting this many points, usually a good bet. Matt Ryan as an underdog of 7.5 or more since his second year is 7-3 against the spread. So a 70% covering rate. I know it's not a big sample size, but it makes a lot of sense because the backdoor cover is always going to be there for these very talented quarterbacks. And if he has all of his weapons, or at least Jones and Ridley, I think they should do well. And I think Hayden Hurst could have a good game too. I don't know how the Packers their linebacking core is still a little bit of a question mark. So I think that could do well. And also, if the Falcons can somehow keep this close, we've seen what running backs can do against the Packers defense, dating back to the NFC Championship. So if somehow the Falcons keep this game close, I think they'll be, I don't want to say they're going to be in position to win outright, but I think they can have a chance, like a very slight chance. That said, it is scary to go against Aaron Rodgers when he's this motivated. So it's not going to be a high unit count, maybe like 1 or 2 units. But if Julio Jones is going to play, I'm definitely going to be on the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the same side in this. It just makes too much sense. Like, I think this is going to be an entertaining game too. I think it's going to be a lot of points in this one, a lot of passing yards. So I'm looking forward to this one very much. But I think that I do think the Falcons are the right side, provided that Julio Jones plays. But if he's out, I'll definitely change my tune and go with the Packers. If this line was different, I'd definitely be on the Packers. But moving through two key numbers was huge for that spread.
Yeah, and the advanced line on the game was 5.5. So we moved through two key numbers from that perspective as well. So yeah, it is. Matt Ryan getting this many points does seem appealing a little bit, at least. All right, survivor pick. So we I believe we had the Browns last week, and that won, or at least I had the Browns. I can't remember who you had. Do you remember?
I have no idea who I had last week. I know I picked someone different than you. did I pick? I couldn't have picked the Colts. I already picked the Colts week 1 and lost. I don't remember.
Maybe the Patriots. I don't know. But yeah, either way, I think the team I want to go with this week is the Rams. They're at home. They're playing the Giants. The Giants just lost 36-9 at home against the 49ers, the team missing 10 starters. I don't see how they beat the Rams. So that's my pick for this week.
I did the Buccaneers over the Broncos last week. That's what it was. Okay. I just looked back. This week, I agree with you. I think Rams-Giants is a good one. I'll be going with the Ravens over Washington. I just think that's another 13-point spread in that game. I cannot imagine a situation in which Washington wins that game, and I still have the Ravens open, so I'll be going with them for hypothetical purposes in this, since we are both eliminated from Survivor for the most part because of the Eagles pick or the Colts pick in week 1.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I do that every year. I think like I have remarkable consistency with Survivor being eliminated week 1 and March Madness, my projected champion losing in the first weekend. It's stunning how bad I am at that.
That is so tilting because it especially wasn't Thursday night. Like, we were watching the Jaguars lose to the Dolphins, and I was thinking, like, how in the world did the Jaguars beat the Colts? Like, especially the Colts, like, clobbering the Vikings the next week, and then on Sunday they beat the Jets easily. Like, how does that happen? Like, of course, I did mention, though, I betus.com, you were allowed to rebuy back in once. So I'm still alive there. It's the only Survivor pool I'm in. So I think I'll be going with the Rams, but I like your pick of the Ravens as well. Definitely worth considering that too. Especially if the Rams have some bad injuries, I think I might switch to the Ravens as well. So something to look out for. All right, that's about it for this week. Do you have anything to plug?
Yeah, you can head over to sportingnews.com, go over to the fantasy section. We've got all sorts of rankings this week. DraftKings lineup, FanDuel lineups. We even have Yahoo fantasy lineups too, so you can check those out. You can follow me on Twitter at Jacob Camenker. I've been good about tweeting my picks, and my Twitter picks record is very good. I think I have 3 losses of I think I've tweeted out 15. I'll tweet every primetime pick and any pick changes I have this week, especially that being important because of the injury reports. So check me out there at Jacob Camenker. Tweet at me with football questions. I'm always happy to talk about it.
Real quick about the Yahoo fantasy. A lot of people don't even know they have fantasy DFS. But usually, like, their contests or whatever, but like once in a while they have a great offer where there's like amazing overlay. Like, that's just something to look out for. I know they had it on Black Friday for basketball. They'll have that sometimes. So it's definitely something to watch out for. So you can get great deals that way. Anyway, I'm at walserfootball.com. We're going to pick updates throughout the week as usual. My 2021 NFL mock draft will be updated Wednesday morning. Charlie's, he's bringing it with all the great NFL draft content, like stock reports, big board, prospect ranking update. He's going to have his mock draft update on Friday. So check that out as well. But yeah, otherwise I will talk to you next week.
All right. Sounds good. Talk to you then.
All right, bye.